Across every horizon, from the rolling green pastures of Ireland to the golden plains of Kansas, one sight remains universal: the gentle silhouette of a cow grazing under the morning sun. Their calm eyes and slow movements hide a powerful truth: these animals are the silent engines of civilization. For thousands of years, cows have carried our progress on their backs. Quite literally, they've pulled our plows, nourished our families, and built the agricultural systems that still feed the world today. And yet, behind the peaceful rhythm of a grazing herd lies one of the most advanced and complex industries on Earth, a world where tradition meets technology, and where the relationship between humans and cattle continues to evolve. Today, we're stepping inside that world to explore modern cow farming, a foundation of global agriculture. From ancient origins to precision-engineered dairy systems, from sustainability challenges to the future of ethical meat production, this is the story of an animal that changed human history and continues to shape our future. Long before the modern farm existed, before tractors, milking machines, and automated feeders, there was the bond between humans and cattle. It began over 10,000 years ago in the lush valleys of what is now Turkey and India, where wild aurochs, the ancestors of modern cows, roamed freely. Early humans noticed something extraordinary about these powerful beasts. They weren't just a source of meat, they were strength itself. They could pull, carry, produce milk, and even symbolize survival. So humans began to domesticate them, not only to feed their families, but to transform their way of life. Over centuries, cows spread with civilization, from the Indus Valley to the Fertile Crescent, across Europe and Africa. Wherever humans settled, cows followed, and with them came prosperity. In medieval Europe, cattle weren't just livestock, they were currency. The word capital itself comes from the Latin caput, meaning head, as in head of cattle. Owning cows meant wealth, status, and security. And in Asia, particularly India, cows became sacred symbols, representing fertility, earth, and divine abundance. The cultural reverence toward cows wasn't just spiritual, it reflected an understanding of how vital they were to human survival. Fast forward to the modern era, and what began as survival farming has evolved into a global network of dairy and beef industries feeding billions. But how does the modern cow farm actually work? What happens behind those massive steel barns and open fields we see from the highway? Let's step inside a modern cow farm, a world where precision meets care. The day begins before dawn. The air is cold and misty as workers move through long rows of barns. The rhythmic sound of hooves mixes with the soft hum of machinery. This is not a scene of chaos. It's a scene of order, efficiency, and quiet respect for life. In dairy farms, thousands of cows live under climate-controlled barns designed for comfort and productivity. Each cow wears a digital collar, tracking its health, activity, and milk output in real time. When the milking process begins, robotic arms gently attach to the udders, extracting milk with precision and care. No shouting, no rush, just smooth mechanical choreography. That milk travels through sterile stainless steel pipelines straight into cooled tanks, where it's tested for purity and quality before heading to processors. Within hours, it can become butter, yogurt, cheese, or milk on your breakfast table. On the other side of the industry, beef cattle farming takes a different route. Here, cows are raised on open pastures before being carefully transitioned to feedlots. Their diet, often a mix of grass, grains, and nutrients, is designed to balance growth and health. Each stage, from grazing to finishing, is monitored to ensure animal welfare and consistent quality. Processing plants operate under strict hygiene and safety standards. Every movement, from inspection to packaging, follows a rhythm perfected over decades. To most people, it's just food production. But to those inside the industry, it's a finely tuned collaboration between humans, animals, and machines. And yet, as advanced as this all sounds, we're only scratching the surface. Because today's cow farming is powered by technology unlike anything our ancestors could have imagined. If you step into a state-of-the-art cow farm today, you might mistake it for a research lab. Gone are the days of guesswork and handwritten ledgers. This is the era of smart farming. Each cow is now part of a digital ecosystem. Tiny sensors monitor everything from heart rate and milk composition to chewing habits and movement patterns. Farmers get real-time data on mobile dashboards, allowing them to detect illness before it spreads, adjust feed ratios instantly, and even predict milk yield days in advance. Robotic milking systems have transformed daily operations. These machines not only reduce human labor, but improve animal comfort. Cows can now walk up to the robots whenever they choose, be milked, and leave stress-free, all while the system automatically cleans and records data. Then there's AI-powered feeding machines that distribute perfectly balanced rations, customized for each cow's needs, and drone technology that surveys pastures, checking grass growth and water levels without anyone leaving the farmhouse. farmhouse. At larger farms, biogas digesters convert manure into renewable energy, powering the farm's operations and reducing emissions. Even waste is no longer waste, it's fuel, fertilizer, and opportunity. The combination of AI, robotics, and green technology is creating what experts call the sustainable farm of the future, a place where efficiency, animal welfare, and environmental protection coexist. But as the industry becomes more efficient, new questions rise. How sustainable is it, really? And what impact does this massive system have on the land, the air, and our planet? When we think about modern cow farming, it's easy to picture abundance, milk on every table, cheese in every meal, and endless fields of green. But behind that abundance lies a question humanity is still learning to answer. How do we feed billions without hurting the earth that feeds us? Cattle farming is both a blessing and a burden. Cows provide us with essential nutrition, but they also produce methane, a powerful greenhouse gas. Large-scale farms require water, land, and feed, resources that must be managed wisely to prevent soil degradation and deforestation. But here's where the story takes a hopeful turn. Around the world, farmers and scientists are rewriting the rules of sustainable agriculture. They're introducing rotational grazing systems, allowing pastures to regrow naturally and capture more carbon. Manure is no longer just waste. It's a renewable energy source used to generate electricity through biogas systems. Feed innovations like seaweed supplements are being tested to dramatically reduce methane emissions from cows. Some dairy farms now recycle every drop of water, cleaning and reusing it for cooling systems, irrigation, or cleaning barns. And with precision technology, farmers can now produce more milk and meat using less land, less water, and fewer emissions than ever before. It's not a perfect system, but it's a learning one. Every farm, every region, and every animal is part of a global experiment in balance, trying to sustain both people and planet. And that brings us to an often overlooked side of the story, the cultural and economic heartbeat behind cow farming. Because beyond sustainability and science lies something deeply human. Behind every glass of milk or cut of beef, there's not just a cow, there's a person. A farmer waking up before sunrise, a family relying on the land, and generations who've built their lives around caring for these animals. In developing countries, cows are more than livestock, they're a livelihood. A single cow can support an entire family, providing milk, income, and even fertilizer for crops. In rural Africa and South Asia, owning cows is often the first step out of poverty, a bridge towards stability and education. Meanwhile, in the modern economies of Europe, the US, and Australia, cow farming drives multi-billion-dollar industries, from dairy exports to leather and biotechnology. Factories, transporters, feed producers, all form a vast ecosystem supporting millions of jobs worldwide. But beyond economics lies cultural meaning. In many parts of the world, the cow isn't just an animal. It's a symbol of heritage, patience, and gratitude. Festivals, folklore, and family traditions all tie back to the relationship humans share with this gentle creature. Whether it's a small dairy in India, a family ranch in Texas, or a high-tech farm in the Netherlands, the story is the same. People and cows have evolved together, and their bond continues to define what farming really means. But what happens next? As global populations rise and technology accelerates, what will the future of cow farming look like? Will it still be rooted in tradition or entirely reinvented? The future of cow farming is already unfolding quietly in research labs and rural barns around the world. It's a story of innovation, adaptation, and a deep question. Can we make farming smarter, cleaner, and kinder without losing its soul? We're seeing the rise of precision agriculture, where data, AI, and robotics guide every decision. Cows will be monitored by advanced biosensors that detect changes in health instantly, long before symptoms appear. Artificial intelligence will manage feeding, breeding, and environmental conditions with near-perfect efficiency. Some scientists are developing lab-grown dairy proteins, replicating milk without a single cow, while others are working to enhance natural genetics, making cows healthier and more productive with less environmental strain. And as climate pressures mount, we'll see more hybrid systems, farms powered by renewable energy, using closed-loop waste recycling and carbon capture pastures that give back to the earth as much as they take. But the most exciting change may not be technological, it's philosophical. Farmers today are embracing a new mindset, one that values sustainability, ethics, and transparency as much as production. Consumers are asking more questions. Where does my food come from? How was it raised? What impact did it leave behind? This shift is driving a quiet revolution, one where modern cow farming becomes not just a business, but a partnership between humans, animals, and the environment. The cow, once our symbol of survival, is now our symbol of coexistence. And if we get it right, the future won't just feed us, it will sustain us. As the sun sets over the pasture, a quiet calm returns. Cows move slowly back toward their barns, their silhouettes framed by fading gold light. For a moment, the modern machinery, the data systems, the global trade, all fade away. What remains is something timeless, the bond between humans and the animals that built our world. Cow farming isn't just about food, it's about connection. It's the link between ancient survival and modern innovation, between tradition and technology. It's a story of endurance, compassion, and adaptation, a reminder that agriculture isn't just an industry, it's a legacy. From the first domesticated herds to the smart farms of the future, cows have been by our side every step of the way. They've fed us, clothed us, powered our fields, and shaped our cultures. And perhaps they'll continue teaching us the same lesson they always have, that true progress is built on respect for nature, for animals, and for the world we share. If you found this story as fascinating as we did, take a moment to leave a comment below. What do you think the future of farming should look like? Should we move toward technology, tradition, or both? Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into the hidden worlds of agriculture and food production. This is Moody Tale, and we'll see you in the next story. Because behind every meal, there's always more than meets the eye.